welcome you into Week 9 of the Ken Sparks Show. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside Carson-Newman head football coach Ken Sparks, as the Eagles fall in heartbreaking fashion at home to the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears 35-32. Ken, you fall behind by 25 points. Rally to get within a score before LR ultimately takes advantage of a fumble to more or less put the game away. How do you use a loss like this as a lesson for life?
Well, I mean, it's like it is life. That's the way life is. You know, you you live every day and you max it out. You trust the Lord. And you try not to act like you're smarter than Him, and you quit. And you certainly don't let your emotions dictate your faith or dictate how you respond to situations. And because you know your emotions, they're dumber than a tree. You know, they got a second grade education, and if you start living based on your emotions, then you're going to be all over the place. And quite frankly, we had some guys that played all over the place Saturday, and so we've got to, you know, I don't know what to do except just keep telling them the truth and teaching them the truth and try to and hope. You know, you can't live their life for them, you know, and you can't make decisions for them. And at the same time, you got to be honest with yourself. Why are you not connecting? Why are you not getting it across? Why are almost the same handful of guys having difficulties in responding like they need to respond? And it's quite a it's a coach's dilemma, and quite honest, you know, if you're not careful, you let 5 or 6 guys take away from those other 125 guys that are unbelievable, you know, that are doing exactly growing. You watch them grow, you watch them develop. They're fun to be around, and then you got those 4 or 5 guys they're just hard to coach, and so. I don't know. We gotta keep working at it.
Slow start for a third straight week. Yes. Is there anything that you can pinpoint to cause that?
I really can't. I mean, we've talked about it, and I know we'll beat it to death again this week as a coaching staff to try to figure out, you know, why are we so inconsistent as a football team? And because I'm telling you, the first half, it looked like it was a junior high team playing a NFL team at times. I mean, we just getting romped. But it was great to see how our guys responded at halftime, and I think the fumble pickup that William Alderman had and ran it all the way back about 70 yards, I think that gave us a little bit of a lift going into halftime.
We break down the first half when we get back after this on the Ken Sparks Show. Back on the Ken Sparks Show as the Eagles fall at home to Lenoir-Rhyne Bears 35-32. The 4th-ranked Bears clinch at least a share of their 4th consecutive South Atlantic Conference championship. Ken, down 25 points in the first half, but a big shift in the very final play of the first half. William Alderman scoops and scores from 78 yards out off of a fumble. What did that do to change the complexion of the game?
Well, I don't know if it did, you know, but something gave us a lift. Because we were a different football team second half. We played at a different speed than we did the first half. And and I think it gave us a little bit of hope. And then there was a couple of great blocks around him when he was running that thing in, because they got a lot of speed on that team, and I just knew somebody going to chase him down because that was the last play of the half. I mean, if they catch him on that, then there's nothing. Yeah. We don't even get a chance to kick a field goal or anything. And but those couple of our guys came a long way to block people, and that was a big lift, no question.
Javaris Neal with as good of a block, one of the ones you're referring to. Victor Brannon, LR wide receiver, is within 3 yards of chasing down Alderman, but Neal throws one sensational block right at the knees. It's legal, doesn't block him from the back inside the 10-yard line. What about the job of those guys chasing down William?
It was beautiful, and that was the key. Otherwise, nothing, no points, no, you know, we don't get anything out of it. And so quite quite an effort to get that one in the end zone.
Lenoir-Rhyne puts up 28 points in the first half. Was it something that the Bears were doing, or was it within Carson-Newman that caused that?
Well, it's probably both. It usually is. Lenoir-Rhyne's really a very, very strong football team, and they got a veteran group, and they did a great job of picking at us pretty good, and offensively we were having a hard time holding on to the ball again, and we had 3 turnovers first half, and you can't have 3 turnovers in a half and score a whole bunch of points.
How much of that do you credit to their safeties and linebackers? Because you have a guy in Andy Hibbett who fumbles 3 times in that game. He'd fumbled 6 times in his entire Carson-Newman career coming in.
Yeah, well, they did a good job, and they were doing a little routine that we hadn't seen in a long time, where they were bringing ends really, really hard on the dive and scraping the linebackers on the quarterback, and then here come the safeties, and they were freed up just to take shots at anybody they can take shots at, and they're big old strong safeties that they did their job. So we lost the ball.
We take a look at the first half highlights. The Eagles find themselves down at the break, 28-10.
Thomas under center, split backs, 2 men to the wide side left. Thomas takes the snap. The give is to Damian Baker. He fumbles the football forward at the 50. It rolls into LR territory. There's a scrum. Arms, legs everywhere. It's impossible to ascertain who pounced on the pigskin, but Lenoir-Rhyne has it. Tanner Botts recumbers the football at the Bear 41, and LR in business with a 7-0 lead, 6:55 left in the first quarter. Second and goal from the 1. Sims under center. Takes the snap. It's a quarterback sneak. Burrows his way right of center. No signal yet. There it is. Touchdown, Lenoir-Rhyne. Eagles have misfired to start this game. Second down, 8 to go for LR from the Carson-Newman 16. Ball toward the right hash. Sims under center. Behind him, the fullback Robinson. It's a pitch right side to Patrick, looking to pass. Throws to the right side of the end zone. It's complete. Touchdown, Lenoir-Rhyne. Drayson Wells gets his right foot in along the right side of the end zone. The pass completed by the wingback, Michael Patrick. And the Bears strike from 16 yards out on the halfback pass. 20-0 with 11:41 left in the second quarter. Snaps back. Colt is down. Ogle's kick is a wobbler that manages to sneak through the uprights. Eagles are on the board. 4:32 left in the second quarter, and the Bears up 21-3. We're back to Burke Tarr after this.
Spears in the backfield and says it's a 10-yard gain.
The old Maryland eye for the Bears. 3 men behind the quarterback directly. Handoff goes to the stick. Spears straight ahead. Off to the races. Spears running down the left hash marks. He gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Lenoir-Rhyne. A 48-yard scamper for the 100-meter dash champion for the South Atlantic Conference. Spears gets into the end zone, and the Bears are on top 27-3 with 2:49 left in the first half.
20 yards left or right due to the wind, and some wound up short.
He's got a long leg, 48 yards is long on the season. Sims is hit in the backfield, and it's fumbled. Alderman picks it up. Alderman, can he take it the distance? Alderman running along the right hash marks. Alderman, 10, 5, touchdown! Carson-Newman! Oh boy! A 65-yard scoop and score for William Alderman as the half lets out. No flags on the play. Do the Eagles finally have momentum?
Those are the first half highlights as the Eagles are down at the break, 28-10 to fourth-ranked Lenoir-Rhyne. Ken, what did you say in the locker room to really right the ship? Second half, you come out a house on fire.
Well, I don't remember for sure, except it was from the heart, I can tell you that. And it was one of those things where we didn't have much choice, come out and fight a little bit or tuck our tails and run, like a bunch of wimps. And so thank goodness we came out and fought a little bit. And that was the Carson-Newman football team that we all want to be. And so it made it fulfilling but then it made the end of the game hurt more because we had a chance to win it.
We talk about two running backs, Damian Baker, who continues marvelous growth on the field, puts up more than 180 yards on the ground. Andy Hibbett, we could go on and on and on about what he's accomplished, but the main thing that he does in that game, goes over 3,000 career rushing yards with 133 yards on the ground, his 7th consecutive 100-yard game, and he passes on the career rushing yards list Tyron Douglas and Nate Inman. What about your two backs?
Well, they're tough because they took some shots, and they ran. They didn't back down a bit, and we didn't give them much rest either. And but that's two. I love those two guys.
How nice is it to see Damian Baker finally starting to make those strides as a tailback? You told me from day one he can be something special. He just has to learn the offense.
Yeah. Well, he's showing the true Damian Baker now, I think, and that's fun.
You look at what DeAndre Thomas did, it was clear that he was hurt. What a gritty performance from your starting quarterback.
Yeah, and I don't know how much been a little bit banged up affected his play, but he's not playing great. He's not playing great football for us, and he's got to play better. And I'm not taking anything away from his courage. I'm not taking anything away from his character. Those are great. He's an unbelievable kid.
Yeah.
But he just got to start executing the offense better, and he knows that, and I know that, and so we're in agreement, and it's going to get better.
We take a look at the second half and break down how the Eagles started their comeback when we get back after this on the Ken Sparks Show. Back on the Ken Sparks Show as the Eagles fall 35-32 to the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears in the first game of November. I'm Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman head coach Ken Sparks. Ken, second half comeback starts off with a defensive 3-and-out as you rally from 25 down to get within a score. What was the key? Where did the fire come from?
Well, it came from them. I mean, they were very frustrated with the way they were playing first half, and you know, we had some leadership, and we had some guys that took ownership, and it was, it was just a whole different. And you know, and the biggest thing I remind them of is that we're playing in a different gear than we need to be playing in, and I want you to get in a different gear, and they did.
Defensively, it seemed like, again, second half, you've only allowed 10 second half points the last 3 weeks. It seemed like they found another gear. Where's that coming from?
Well, I think, we're a good football team. You know, it's just a matter of, applying, everybody getting on the same page and everybody applying what we know we're supposed to do. I mean, that's simple football, and I think the biggest disappointment was that we gave up a 4th down when we had them stopped on a stupid penalty. And we stopped them there, and that's the only touchdown they had the second half, and so we gave it to them on a penalty.
Certainly, these past 3 weeks have been frustrating, the up and down motion of the roller coaster.
Right.
Has there been a stretch in your coaching career that you can compare this to?
No, really not. I mean, not, at least not that I can remember. And it may be that I blanked all that out, because there's a way that you try to forget things that hurt. And, that's everything we don't stand for. We always have stood for a team that's going to consistently give all they got. But we just haven't done that.
You talk about hurt. Certainly this loss stings a little bit. How do you avoid letting that affect you, still with something to play for these final 2 weeks?
Well, we man up. I mean, we man up and we claim who we are and not claim who we aren't. And we stay faithful. We fight, we finish, and we stay faithful. I mean, it's simple. We just got to come from here and control what we do out here. It's got to come from that old heart. And so that's the secret for us in this week.
Carson-Newman falls to Lenoir-Rhyne 35-32. We take a look at the Eagles' second half comeback bid that ultimately falls short.
In the third quarter,
Great tempo and feel right now from this offense.
First and 10 for the LR-33. Thomas takes the snap, give on a dive, right side, Damian Baker. Baker still on his feet, running right, 20, inside the 10, and he's finally knocked down by Collis Clark, down at the 8-yard line. Takes the snap, fakes the dive to Baker, keeps it himself around the right side of the line. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. DeAndre Thomas punctuates the possession with a touchdown. To the land of milk and honey he goes. 28-16. Bears on top with 10:21 left in the third. 17. Thomas drops down under center, takes the snap, give on the dive, right side to Baker. Baker squirts in. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. The Eagles are within a score as the third quarter comes to a close. Robinson, the fullback, a wingback each way, a wideout each way. Sims takes the snap, hands off. No, he kept it. Dansby shoots through the gap and knocks him down for a loss. Back to the 44. -2 on the play. It's fourth down. Thomas under center, split backs. Hibbett to the left, Baker to the right. Thomas takes the snap. The give is on the dive to Andy Hibbett. Spins out of a tackle at the 45. Ball pops out. Did the Bears recover it? Yes. LR with the football after Andy Hibbett's third fumble of the day. Lindre Sparrow dislodged it and recovered it with some help from Marcus Kincaid. LR football after Carson-Newman's fourth turnover. That fumble when Andy Hibbett was fighting for extra yards has put it back in LR's favor. Sims under center on second and goal from the 1. Drive was stopped. An offsides has kept this possession going for the Bears. Robinson, the fullback. Patrick, a wingback right. Spears to the left. Spears in motion. Sims takes the snap, jumps over the right side of the line, and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Backs, 2 men to the wide side right, 1 short side left. Thomas drops back to pass. It's a throwback screen, left side, complete to Baker. Baker has a couple blockers. Shifty move at the 20. Stays on his feet at the 15. Inside the 10, and he's brought down at the 9 by the Bears' Singleton. A 22-yard gain for Damian Baker and a first down for the Eagles. And the 3 for Carson-Newman. Eagles need to punch it in and then get the onside kick. Thomas under center. Split backs. Third and goal from the 3. Takes the snap. Option keeper right side. Thomas lowers his shoulders and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. Eagles within 5 with 1:54 left in the contest.
Those are the second half highlights as the Eagles fall to the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears 35-32. When we come back on the Ken Sparks Show, Michael Watrang shines the Eagles spotlight on William Alderman. That's after this. Back on the Ken Sparks Show, each week Michael Watrang puts the Eagles spotlight on one Carson-Newman football player, and this week it's on defensive end William Alderman.
Senior defensive end William Alderman has faced adversity since stepping on Carson-Newman's campus. The defensive lineman transitioned from middle linebacker, but has maintained his focus off the field. Alderman is a semifinalist for the William Campbell Trophy, given to the nation's premier football scholar athlete across all divisions.
That means a lot to me just because, just as an academic football player, you usually recognized for your football, and I've always been in between in football, so it's never been something that's he's the all-star, he's the one getting this for football. And so getting recognized as an all-star in the academic realm is definitely positive, and it's an uplifting spirit, which gives me the idea of, dang, all the hard work that I put in, the late nights that I put in really paid off. So it's definitely encouraging.
Preseason All-American Javaris Neal called playing opposite of Alderman a great honor. Alderman's leadership and personality has helped to impact Neal's life.
Will Alderman's a great Christian man. He one of the best people to come to about God. Like, I come to him almost every day asking him questions and stuff, but Will, he a great player. You know, I learned a lot from him. He learned a lot from me playing defensive end, and I just feel like Will's a great player at defensive end.
Veteran defensive line coach Dan Redding has watched Alderman grow over the years. Redding said that Alderman is the kind of person people gravitate towards and believes he is a prime example of the player and person the Eagles try to recruit.
I think Will Alderman's legacy will be that he loved the Lord and that he loved the game. And he came and worked hard every day at both. Will comes to work. He has a game day excitement 365 days a year. So I've never known him to have a bad day. I have, and even if he had a bad day, you wouldn't know it by his actions because he won't let it get him down. It won't let him affect him.
Alderman's charisma will be missed when the season comes to a close, but Neal has kept a close eye on his teammate as he prepares for a leadership role next season.
When Will leave, I'm gonna have to step up in practices because Will come with all the energy and all the excitement, jumping around, yelling and stuff. So when Will leave, I'm gonna just have to step up and just encourage the young folks and the young teammates, working on technique and other things like that Will does.
With only 2 more regular season games remaining, Alderman took a moment to reflect and identified what he wants his teammates and coaches to say about him when his playing days are over.
I'd like to be recognized as a hard-nosed player that was going to give his all no matter what. Just somebody that was going to fight to the end, whether he felt like it or not, just that he was going to give his all for his teammates and for God. And that's, at the end of the day, that was my main motivation, were the people beside me, and that God was always there to give me the energy and give me the heart and give me the physical attributes that I needed to be able to succeed on the football field.
Alderman said he tries not to focus on his career winding down. Rather, he looks at the opportunity he has to continue to prepare young players for their time in the limelight. The defensive force may have football accolades when his career ends, but what Alderman did off the field will resonate long after he leaves Mossy Creek. For the Ken Sparks Show, I'm Michael Wattrang.
Thank you very much, Michael Wattrang. And Ken Sparks, William Alderman, special guy, semifinalist for the Campbell Trophy for Scholar Athlete of the Year by the National Football Foundation. He was nominee for the Good Works team. What more can you say about him?
Well, he's what you see. He's the real deal, and he's one of the leaders on campus. He's the president of FCA, has been for the last 2 years. He leads by example. There's very few times that you find William Alderman on a downturn. He's always on an upturn, and he's a great encourager, and we're very, very fortunate to have him on our football team.
Turn around now and head out of the state of Tennessee for the first time in 6 weeks. You travel to the Graveyard and match up at 2 p.m. Saturday with the Newberry Wolves. An interesting team this year. Haven't really performed up to the standards that they set last season when they went to the NCAA playoffs, but still a very dangerous team with most of their weapons back from last season.
Well, they're very talented. Just like you said, they got most everybody back from last year, and they they've just been an inconsistent team. But on the Saturdays that they've played, they have played great, and they've beat some people. And then on the Saturdays that they haven't played great, they've let some people that shouldn't beat them.
Ken, pleasure as always. Thanks for the time, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks.
That's Carson-Newman head football coach Ken Sparks. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier. This has been the Ken Sparks Show. Thanks for watching.